Hi, you guys. Welcome back. Today we have another Amazon video and it's all about organization. So if you have a couple areas in your house or your apartment where you just do not know what to do about them or how to organize them, I really hope this video can help you out. Of course, I'll have everything linked below. I'll also have a QR code at the top of the screen that you can scan if you're watching on a TV. That is going to take you directly to a page on my Amazon storefront page where all of these items are listed and you can see pictures of them, scroll, and find what you're looking for. I also have so many other lists on my Amazon storefront, as well as collages. I have resort wear, summertime favorites if you're already thinking ahead to vacations. So definitely check it out and give me a follow on Amazon if you haven't already. And speaking of following, if you're not subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe down below. I would love to have you. I make videos just like this one all the time. And you guys can always let me know what you want to see from Amazon. So if there is a specific category that you want me to do a YouTube video on, put that down in the comment section below. But yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into these organization favorites. Starting off, I wanted to talk about these stackable drawer organizers that I got for this gigantic dresser I have down here in my studio. I love this dresser. I've had it for years, like since middle school, and it's great because it fits so much stuff inside, but there's not a lot of organization to the drawers because they are so deep. So I thought a stackable organizer was the perfect solution. These come in a pack of 3 and I actually got 2 sets of them. So I have 6 total, and I did stack them in the deeper drawers of the dresser, and that is so convenient because I just have 2 right on top of each other. I put my matching workout sets in them. So I just took my leggings and a matching sports bra, I rolled them up and tucked them into the little slots. Now I will say I wasn't able to utilize every single slot because they are smaller than expected, but for me this is still useful. If you really did want to utilize every single slot, I think it would be good for t-shirts, pairs of leggings, and I really like this method because if I want to see what is underneath, all I have to do is lift the organizer on top, see what's underneath, pick out what I need, and I can easily put it right back. So they've been great for the deeper drawers, but you can also use them in more shallow drawers just for simple organization. Okay, speaking of stackable stuff, next up we have this stackable jewelry organizer. So this is actually 4 different sections, but they're all the exact same size. And as I already mentioned, they easily stack right on top of each other. So this is going to be great just to set out on your dresser or maybe on top of like a jewelry armoire that you already have just to hold additional items. I really love this because each layer is different. So for example, this one is going to hold any smaller earrings. I actually have some necklaces in here too, just kind of like thrown into a little section by itself so it doesn't get tangled with any other necklaces. I really like that for smaller items. And then you have this one that is a little bit bigger. So obviously I have some chunkier bracelets in here, bracelet sets. You could also do any larger necklaces that might not fit elsewhere. Then you have this one that has the little hooks up top so you can hang necklaces, or you could do bracelets. I mean, really whatever you want. I will say this is obviously not long enough to completely have the necklace hang down, but I think it still works. And everything is sliding down when I try to show you this one, but it just has a few taller sections for bracelets or longer necklaces. And then of course you have this section for any rings. You could also do earrings over here as well. I really like the material of this set too, because on the outside it's actually like a faux leather material. So I think it looks a lot nicer than other jewelry organizers I've had in the past. And then of course on the inside you have a really soft felt material. So for the most part it's going to be very gentle on all of your jewelry pieces, and it's also going to allow everything to stay in place and not slide everywhere. Next up we have another great organizer for your closet, and this is something that I have seen everywhere. I feel like a million influencers and Amazon creators have shared these, but I always thought they were kind of useless. I was like, why can't you just stack your heels without that? But then I kept trying to do that and they would fall every single time, and it got so frustrating, and especially down here in my studio where I do want everything to look a little bit nicer, and a lot of times my closet is in the background of my videos. So I was finally like, you know what? I probably should get a nice looking shoe organizer where I can stack 2 shoes on top of each other. They're gonna stay in place, and it allows me to store double the amount of shoes because obviously one pair of shoes is in a stack right here rather than sitting right next to each other, if that makes sense. And they are just so convenient. They're really easy to put together, and I opted to get one that had a little bit of gold hardware on it just because I wanted it to match down here in my room, and like like I said, just kind of look a little bit more elevated. I will say you can actually adjust this part. So I have it on the lower setting right now, which is pretty much gonna fit any standard heels, like 2 to 3 inch heels, I would say, any kitten heels you have, or any sneakers. But they do expand if you have any taller heels. So with this one, you can see this heel, I would say, is about 4 inches, probably 3.5, I don't know. But anyways, you can definitely make this taller so those types of shoes fit as well. And then I also wanted to show you what a pair of sneakers would look like in these shoe organizers. So sneakers fit as well. I actually think it's really good for sneakers because they're so chunky, they take up a lot of space. So this is a really nice way to store them. Next up, we have a beauty organizer that might be handy if you own a Shark Flex style or a Dyson Airwrap. This is a 2-tier organizer. It's actually a faux leather material, which I really appreciate, especially when you're traveling. Things can get so dirty and messy. So I really like being able to actually wipe it down. I really like the handle up top, and I specifically was looking for one with gold hardware. You guys know I'm all about gold. This one is white with gold, so I already loved that, and it has 2 layers where you can store all of the attachments for your Airwrap and of course the base and the cord. So in the bottom of mine here, I have the Shark Flex style. So this is the base of the machine. I actually have it Velcroed in here. Oh, now it's gonna fall out. You know what? I should probably just insert a video of me like packing it right here. That's probably gonna be easier for you to see. But yeah, I just have the base in the bottom with the little straightening attachment. And I do love that little Velcro strap in there so you can kind of keep everything secure. And then up top, you have space to add any attachments. You don't really have any straps or anything on this top part, but you do have 2 stretchy straps up here. So these are gonna be great for the curling attachments. I have 2 for my Flex style. I believe the Dyson Airwrap usually comes with 2 as well, at least in 2 different sizes or something. So this is gonna work for either machine you have, whether it's Shark, Dyson. I actually have both, but obviously I would never travel with both of them. So this is going to be perfect. These next organizers come in a set of 4, and they are gonna be great for any really small, kind of annoying items you own or travel with. So for example, think about hair ties, all of the hair ties that you have that we are constantly losing. This is a great place to store them, especially if you're traveling with them. You could easily attach this to your travel bag, which I think is really convenient. This is just like a little stretchy rubber kind of band. And then each of these little squares has a clicking mechanism. So you'll just click it once, and this actually pulls out like a drawer. So it's gonna pull all the way out. You can easily access whatever is inside. And then when you're done, you're just gonna push it right back in and click it to secure everything. And like I said, it comes with 4. So I also have one that has Q-tips inside. This is gonna be great for travel, but you could also just use these for things around your house. If you eat a lot of fruit in your house, you might want to consider getting this next item. This is a 6-piece set of fruit storage containers for your fridge. I mean, I guess you could store anything inside them, but the reason I say fruit is because they all come with removable colanders. So it's going to make it really easy for you to prep your fruit, throw it in the colander, easily rinse it, drain it, and then put it back in the larger container, seal it with a lid, and put it in the fridge. So this is just such a game changer if you go through a lot of fruit. We have a 3-year-old daughter who would literally eat fruit for every single meal of every single day if we let her. So we go through a ton of fruit, strawberries, blueberries, watermelon, cantaloupe, you name it, she's eating it. And these have been wonderful for prepping all of that at the beginning of the week, so we have something to give her for snacks. All right, next up is a find for any parents out there. If you have young kids who are doing crafts a lot, painting, crayons, colored pencils, construction paper, anything like that, you might need one of these boxes. I felt like that stuff was just everywhere. And if you have like a big giant playroom and everything's organized, then you might not have this issue. But we just did not have a set place for stuff like this. So I wanted to get a smaller organizational item that I could kind of tuck away in a cabinet. And I found this one, and I really love this. It just holds all of her arts and crafts stuff inside. And what I really loved about it is that it has this little tray on top that you can take out. So this is where I put any smaller items. We have some little crayons right here. This is like a little container of of slime. We have paint, some bubbles, and then over here some taller colored pencils, markers, scissors, that kind of thing. So I love this on top that you can easily just like take out. It's not just like one giant bucket with no organization inside. So then inside this larger part, we have colored pencils, paint brushes, a bunch of little bottles of paint. We have these little pipe cleaners, just random stuff inside of here. I mean, it holds everything, at least for right now. I'm sure one day I will have to upgrade to something a little bit bigger. But yeah, for the time being, this has been great, and it just has handles on the side that latch. This is another one that's going to be great if you have kids. This is a 2-pack of the kids art frames. So if you have kids, I'm sure you've seen of these before. They're basically a normal looking frame that you can hang on the wall, but they are intended to store all of your kids' artwork. And they're actually magnetic, so you can easily open them up to add more artwork or exchange what's inside. I only have 2 little tiny pieces in here right now, and they are kind of falling all over the place. I plan to get like a white matte background, I think, because I'm not really loving the black. So I've just kind of left it as is right now, but I do think these are really cool, and our daughter is actually going to start preschool in the fall, which I cannot believe. Time just absolutely flies by. But once she starts preschool, she's going to have a lot of artwork to bring home. So I really wanted a place to display it. I've seen a lot of people put these in their kids' rooms, which I think is really cool, but this is actually glass. So I'm not sure if that's going to be the best idea for us, but we will definitely find a place in the hallway or kitchen or somewhere to hang this up because I think it is so cute. By the way, you guys, if you are not following me on Instagram, I share so many random Amazon finds over there too. I've actually been doing a little random Amazon favorites carousel on Instagram once a week, and those have been like some of my favorite posts to put up. I'll kind of do a combination of pictures, videos, I'll write out a little description of the item. So definitely check it out and follow me over there if you're interested in seeing even more stuff from Amazon. This next item is a more recent purchase for me, so I haven't filled it out yet, but I thought this was so cool. It's called the Lifebook Document Organizer. And this is one of those things that you really don't think about purchasing, but it's so useful to have. I honestly believe every single family should have one of these. And there are probably a lot of different options on Amazon, but I really liked this one because it looks so nice. You can't really tell on camera, but this is actually like a fabric material. It is beautiful in person. And then this is like a gold foil. Of course, you do have the little elastic part here that goes over top of the binder. And you even have this part here where you can put a pin. But basically, once you open this up, you're gonna have lots of different dividers here that tell you what is inside of this binder. So you're gonna have personal information, pet information, medical information, emergency contacts, household, insurance information, all sorts of stuff inside. And this is just all, as you can imagine, very important information. So it'll list your kids' doctor information, their school. You can actually list all of your login information as well. So email accounts, cell phone login, websites, social media. So God forbid something happened to your partner and you have no idea how to access any of their stuff. And that's like obviously worst case scenario, but it is kind of good to be prepared for that kind of stuff. So that is going to give you a space to write all of that out. And then you have your pet's information, the vet contact info, the vaccine records, food brands. And then at the very end, you have all of these little zipper pockets where you can put any important documents, maybe birth certificates, passports, anything like that where you just don't want them to get messed up. That's going to keep them protected from water or anything like that. But yeah, I just thought this was so handy, and it's something that you never think about, but especially if you have babysitters coming into your home, this is essential. I feel like medicine is one of the least organized things in most households. We all start off wanting to be really good and organized, but then as you use it, it just ends up messy again, and this is a great solution for that. I love that everything is all in one place. It pretty much fits anything that you would need unless you have a crazy amount of medicine in your house, but it has a really big section at the bottom for any taller stuff, any larger packs of Band-Aids, stuff like that. And then it has 2 smaller sections on the top where you can put little packs of common medicines that you would need most often. All 3 tiers completely latch together. It has a nice leather handle up top, so it is portable if you wanted to take this on the go. And it's just easy to carry around and move from place place to place, which is exactly what I love about it. Next up, we have another drawer organizer, but this one I'm gonna call specifically an underwear drawer organizer. It doesn't have to be for underwear, I guess, but I find that is what it would work best for, just because I think you're gonna wanna use it for smaller items. What I love about this one is that it's completely adjustable. So no matter your drawer size, you can extend it to fit. In the middle, you're gonna have a lot of little tiny squares. So that's gonna be great for underwear or socks and tank tops, things like that. And then on the sides, you're gonna have two longer sections. And for women, we could use that to store our bras. I guess you could also use it for leggings, tank tops, bralettes. Any of those items would work too. Next up, we have this travel cord organizer. We have so many cords these days, it feels like. Every single thing has to be recharged. So if you struggle figuring out how to keep track of all your cords when you're traveling and going on vacation, something as simple as this might make your life a little bit more convenient. So this one is really simple. I just have it in black. You just unzip it and it has lots of different sections inside that are going to give every single cord its own place, its own section. You can actually separate the little charging blocks like I have here. This one is for my MacBook, and then I have the cord and this little zipper pouch over here. I also have my extendable camera battery pack over here, and then this is a little camera battery charger too, and then some additional little cords up top. So I would say this does fit quite a lot. For the average person, this is probably going to be more than enough room for you. And I like that every single cord is actually secure. Like these little stretchy straps here are very tight. So once you put the cord in there, it is not going anywhere. I hate having loose cords. It just stresses me out. So this has been such a nice thing to have. This is something that probably annoys you in your own house or apartment, but you have never really thought about a way to organize it. And those are batteries, especially when you become a parent and you have a bunch of toys that need batteries. You end up having a lot of batteries and nowhere really to put them, or you misplace them and then you have to repurchase them, and batteries are not cheap. So we don't want to be doing that anymore. We want to have a nice place to put all of your batteries. And this is really affordable. I just got the gray one. It's nothing pretty to look at, but when you open it up, this one has slots for all different size batteries. So you have your AA batteries over here. You have your AAA batteries. I didn't want anything too crazy because we really only use AA and AAA. You could definitely find some that have even more options on Amazon, but I just wanted something really basic. This is like a spongy material, so your batteries stay nice and secure inside. I mean, they are not falling out. I did forget it actually does have these little slots down here at the bottom for any lithium batteries that you have, but this is actually a battery tester. So you're just gonna pop it out and then you can put your battery inside of it and it's gonna tell you if it is a dead battery or if it still has a lot of juice. Obviously this one is a brand new battery, so it is good to go. But yeah, very convenient, very handy. It's just gonna keep your house a lot more organized, and it even has a little pocket up here if you have any larger batteries that you need to store. All right, next I wanted to mention the stands that I use to store my perfume. And I have mentioned these on my channel before, but I actually recently got a couple more because my perfume collection is just growing and growing. Obviously, I'm very blessed to get a few perfumes now and then in PR, so I have those. And then I also just buy a lot myself because I love it. So yeah, I have a full row now of perfumes and body sprays up top on my dresser here. It looks so good in my opinion. I just love these stands. If you are looking for a way to display your perfumes, your body sprays, your lotions, or any makeup products, honestly, you could use it for that too. No matter what you have to display, I just think this is a great way to do so. They're really easy to put together. They're acrylic, so they're not gonna stand out. It's just going to kind of highlight what's on top of the shelf. They do come in two different sizes, and I actually have both of the sizes. So one of them is a taller one, and it's gonna come in a 1-pack. That is what I use to store my body sprays. And then the other ones, it says it comes with 2, and it's basically 2 shelves that you put together. They are a little bit shorter, but they look longer once you kind of like put them right next to each other. And that is what I store my perfumes on. It looks beautiful, and it's also very functional. Speaking of perfumes, I also have this little perfume stand, and this one is going to be for any of my travel size perfumes. I really like how this one stands a little bit taller, so it doesn't take up a lot of space on my shelf. I can just put it right behind my perfume stand and easily grab one of the travel sizes if I need them. So any perfumes that you have in this size that are like roller balls or travel sprays, They're just going to fit right inside of here perfectly. I think it holds, I want to say 28 of them. It's a really good amount, and mine is actually already full, so I either need to use some of them up or get a new one. I probably just need to use them up. Anyways, this, in addition to the perfume stands, is the perfect combination. And speaking of beauty organizers, I also wanted to mention a couple of them that I have up in my master bathroom and bedroom. So the first one is actually a 3-tier rotating beauty organizer. I think it's great because I can store a lot of my stuff. It is majority my stuff, but my husband can also store a couple of his items as well. And I love that it spins so you can actually see everything that you have. If you have a lot of skincare products, this is really going to come in handy. You could also use this in your beauty room for any makeup products or hair products. I'm actually considering getting one down here in my studio because I feel like things just grow and grow and grow, and a lot of times it just ends up spread out in a mess on my desk and I cannot see anything. So I feel like something like that is going to not only give you a lot more space because of the height, but it's also going to allow you to actually use more products that you own because you can see them. And I actually have a very similar stand in my master bedroom that's kind of like on our dresser. We have like one of those dressers that has the mirror attached up top, and then I have this 3-tier beauty organizer shelf that kind of goes in the corner of our dresser. And some people might say that is an eyesore and they don't like the look of it, but hey, it is functional for me. I just found myself always putting beauty products right there, lotions that I use every single day. I keep it all on that little shelf, and it is very functional and convenient. So yeah, if you have any products just kind of like sitting around, I promise you that is going to look a lot better than just having them laid out. Okay, this next thing I haven't actually used yet, but I wanted to throw it in here because it is a great organization item, and we are actually about to start packing up and moving in the next year or so because we are building a house. I have not mentioned that at all here on YouTube, and it kind of feels surreal saying it out loud. I've mentioned it a little bit on Instagram, but I'll share more about that soon, either here or on my vlog channel. But as we think about packing everything up and storing it for a period of time and then moving it to the new house, that was like really stressing me out. And I came across these on Amazon and I thought, hey, that would be such a great idea. So these are QR code labels that you can put on your stuff and easily take note of what is inside the box using this app, which is the Smartagy QR code labels, I think is how you say it. Smartagy. Oh, no R in it. Smartagy. Anyways, basically you just put the QR label on whatever box or bin you are storing stuff in, and then you can connect it via the app on your phone. And then whenever you are going to look for something, you can just scan the QR code and it is going to bring up exactly what is inside the box. So yeah, I'll have to put these to the test. They're actually really affordable. I think it was under $10 for 60 labels, and they come in a few different colors. So if you wanted to color coordinate them by room or anything like that, I guess you could do that. But even if you're not moving and you just want to use these for decorations, you could put them on each bin and do Christmas decorations, Easter decorations, Thanksgiving, fall decorations, stuff like that. Another recent purchase for me that has made my studio down here a lot more organized is this little hanger holder. I just have so many hangers that I'm like not using at times, and they end up thrown all over the room. So instead of throwing them around or trying to set them in a stack, but they'd always fall over, I thought I would just get a little stand like this. It's also very affordable and it's really simple. It's just a black metal stand, but your hangers go right on top of it. I like that I can easily carry it around too. And it's just gonna fit any normal size hangers. It actually fits adult hangers or kids hangers. So if you wanna organize your kids' room, you could totally do that, or just put this in your closet or even in the laundry room. Another thing that I have mentioned before, but I wanted to throw it in here again because I still love these and obviously use them every single day. They are the under sink organizers I use in my master bathroom. They're just clear containers, but I like that they come in a couple different sizes and that they're stackable. To me, these just look a lot more elevated than other under sink organizers out there. I mean, especially the one that we have in our kitchen. It's just very like, I don't want to say rugged looking, but it's just very, I don't know, just like not very aesthetic. And I really like the acrylic ones. They look really pretty and they actually hold a lot of stuff. So I think I did 2 stacks of 4 under my sink, and I honestly could do more if I wanted to. But I have 2 taller ones and then 2 smaller ones up top, and I have that exact setup twice. So I'm able to store lots of different skincare products, lotions, hair serums, extra deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, whatever you need, it's going to fit inside of there. And it's just going to look look so nice. And I like that you can do really any combination. And then the last item that I wanted to mention in today's video is a stackable mug organizer. So I've actually had this for probably over a year at this point, and I've never really mentioned it. I might have mentioned it. I don't even know at this point, but it is a great thing to have for organization if you are like me and you find yourself having a ton of seasonal mugs. My husband makes fun of me because I don't even drink coffee every single day, but I have like at least 10 mugs for every single holiday. And when it's not that holiday, it's like, where do you put them? I don't want to keep them out in my kitchen cabinets all year round because that just takes up way too much space. So I found these and I really like them. They keep everything nice and secure so nothing is going to get broken. Each little mug has its own section. It's padded on the top and the bottom, and you actually have like little handles on the side, so they're really easy to carry. I also like that they're neutral and beige, so it looks really cute. Not that that really matters, but if you care about how it looks on the outside, I think that's great. And like I said, they are stackable, so it does come in a pack of 2, at least the one I got, so you can easily just put your Christmas mugs right on top of your fall Thanksgiving mugs or whatever it is, Valentine's Day, anything like that. And they also have a little label on the front, so you can label exactly what's inside so you'll know for next year. But yeah, that is it for today's video, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please, please, please give this video a big thumbs up. And if you are shopping any of these products, it always really helps me out if you do shop through my links or through my Amazon storefront. I really appreciate your support, you guys. I could not do any of this or be building a house if it wasn't for this job. So I am so thankful for my job every single day. I enjoy it, I love it, and I love you guys so, so much. So if you're not already, I do hope you'll stick around and join my little YouTube family here, and hopefully I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!